Hello everyone, and welcome to Lagfest After Hours, the Lagfest Incorporated talk show, episode number 2, for Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. I'm your host, John, also known as Aramere, and joining us this week is my good friend, Ilan.
Hey, what's up?
It's very good to talk to you again, my dude.
Yo, bro, for real. We've been busy as fuck. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Ilan is a very good friend of mine. We go back a ways, and we have worked on Lagfest Inc. together since, I want to say, around 2018.
Something like that, yeah.
He streams on twitch.tv / Ilanxtreme and has a YouTube channel of the same name, spelled Ilanxtreme.
Yes, you got it, yeah.
Which just recently hit its 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm sorry, I hit something on my desk. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you so much, man. It's so good. I can't even. I couldn't even believe it. Like, I can't wait to tell the story. It's freaking awesome. Love it.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely ecstatic for you. I know we've had our
Thank you.
conflicts and the ups and downs around your channel.
Yeah.
As both of us faced whatever frustrations we were facing at whatever particular time. But I'm genuinely very happy for you, my dude. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, bro. Listen, man, I can't wait till Lagfest achieves this, okay? Can't wait. Bro, I will be over the moon.
We'll get there eventually.
Bro, we'll get there. Bro, I'll push the shit out of it, man. I have to.
Yeah. So, for those who are unfamiliar with your channel, what kind of videos can they expect to find there?
Okay, well, to make it simple, it's mostly reactions. I will not lie about that. I'm gonna be dropping like nerdcore stuff soon as well, like actual songs and raps as well. And we're also doing some anime theory videos, tier lists. So it's basically mostly anime. It's a really good channel.
So mostly surrounding anime, but kind of anime rap and tier lists and reaction.
Oh, that right, exactly. And just to have just fun with it, you know.
All right, very very cool. So how long has the channel been going on? I know it's been going for a few months now, but
yeah, I believe it hit. I think it's 5 months that I've done. I haven't even hit half a year yet, so it's really crazy.
Look, 1,000 subs in 5 months is no small feat, my dude. So
no, for real, it's crazy. It's crazy. Honestly, everyone's like telling me like, "Yo, like you should be happy with that kind of growth." I'm like, I am. But like they because I want this guy passed me over and I'm like, oh my god, like why? Like he just started and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just happy to be in the community and just have a good community to even have, right? I just love that.
Hey, look, I mean, ultimately that's the goal, isn't it? Like you get the videos that you want to do, you get your following, you have a community, and a lot of them are very nice. And I know because I've been on your community for on and off for that time, and they're all very pleasant people. They're all very nice. You can see there's a huge love for not only the videos but also your streams and talking about anime and the reactions and the games and the streams and kind of everything that goes on in there. It's honestly, it's just such a great environment.
No, for all positive stuff, man. We get rid of that negative BS. All right, we don't want that there. Nah.
Right. And of course, for the listeners, the community we are talking about, he has a Discord called the Extreme Zone, which I believe the links, you have them in your videos.
Yeah. I'll give you the link so you can put it. It's a permanent link, so you could just get that.
Perfect.
Takes 2 seconds.
So the link will also be in the video on the YouTube video version of this podcast episode. So feel free to go check that out.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so when and how did you decide on the subject for your channel? Because I know when you started, you were kind of debating between a number of different things, that a number of directions you wanted to go.
Yeah, because for a long time, right, I wanted to make a channel based on a few things. So there was the gaming, because I love gaming. Right, so I'm like, I just want to sit down, play some games with some bros, and just have fun, right? And it didn't, during the pandemic, there was not really much to do, right? And I went from gaming, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try reacting. I'm gonna give it a try because people were telling me, hey, you have really funny reactions. They try to get on my nerves like you, right? And to get a good reaction out of me, right? So I'm like, I'll give it a try, right?
I mean that's completely fair. The amount of times I try to get a rise out of you, it's astounding.
bro. But no like problem with it, man. I honestly love it. It's such a cool relationship for real. It's just that like you know why like you want to get that reaction from me, right? So I thought more people would like it in that way. I'm like, you know what? I'll try it, right? People like how I react to things. Let's do it. So I do it. I sit down. Right, because originally I wanted to do anime theory, actually. I just sit down and do like entire videos with animation and do editing and all that crazy crap. But I knew for a fact that it wasn't gonna grow that fast, right? Because because the videos would take a long ass time. If I don't edit them properly, I'm fucked, right? And I'm sorry for my profanity, by the way. I don't know if you allow profanity on your thing. Light profanity? Or none at all?
Yeah, no, it should be fine.
All right, I'll just chill. Okay, no problem. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I did my first video, and I think it did okay. I think I got like 50 to 100 views. And I didn't really get many subs in the beginning. I think it took like a couple weeks before I really saw even 20. Actually, to be fair, but I started seeing people saying, "Hey, I really like your stuff." So I kept going with it. I didn't really have much to do during COVID anyway. I didn't have a job at the time, because of things going on with transitions and shit, and with everything. So I'm like, you know what? It just went and it just flowed, and I just got lucky. I got people to who liked my personality, liked how things were going, liked the videos I was checking out, and I got kind of stuck in this kind of nerdcore thing for a while now, and I couldn't get out of it, dude. I honestly am getting out of it now because I'm gonna do like which funny enough, I'm gonna be doing a special on the channel where I'm gonna be reacting to one of my old reactions.
See, that it's interesting to me that you say that you're getting out of it, because at the same time it sounds like you're also getting into it as far as creative wise.
Well, right, exactly, because I want to make songs and make raps and do things like that, right? Because I actually have a passion for singing and rapping. I think I've always had a musical passion, right? But at the same time, right, I kind of want to also react to other things and do breakdown videos and do tier lists and do other stuff instead of just doing the same thing, doing songs every week. I want to, reacting to them. I want to like kind of escape that and be like a multi-purpose channel, like I wanted it to attend originally, because I do have other content. I have react to animators. There was a Try Not to Laugh challenge, 1 or 2. I had a tier list, but I want to be able to do more and do what I want. Right. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't want to be stuck in this thing, even though I love the nerdcore community. I don't want to be like, that's not the only thing I want to dip my toes into. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's fair.
So yeah, that's how it just came to be, and I just got really lucky, and I'm really grateful to even be in this position now. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, and it looks like you're meeting with a lot of great success. Again, like we said, 1,000 subscribers in a few months, which is, again, crazy. No small feat.
No, not at all.
Heavens no, I've been sitting on 1 or 2 channels that I've been trying to develop now 4 or 5 years, and have not really gotten past 20 subscribers on either of them.
Which honestly is a shame. You're underrated as hell, bro.
Well,
for real.
Thank you for that, but
for real.
I mean, a lot of it also kind of comes from me playing the games that I want, irrespective of whether they're the games that are currently trending. So,
right, I feel like honestly,
I suppose it all kind of ends up coming down to finding that niche in the current market.
Right, for real. And honestly, I feel like if you were to play like Among Us or something, like just something that's ridiculously popular right now, just for like a couple episodes, I feel you'd kill it. I feel you would absolutely kill it, because at least people could see your personality, what you could do.
Right. And of course, I did try to play Among Us on stream one time.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
I did. I had probably 1 or 2 viewers throughout the whole thing. Shroom Goblin, a good friend of both of ours, tried to join me for that. Right. And we did play a few rounds together, but it was he and I with a whole bunch of strangers just joining in public. Yeah. And you know how those don't always work out the best way. At least it's not the kind of player experience that you want to get from Among Us as far as I understand it.
Right, for real, no.
But yeah, I have definitely started dipping my toes into some of the more trending games. Among Us, Fall Guys.
What about Genkai Impact? I think that just came out too.
I've not heard of it, but now that you bring that up, I'll definitely check that out. And
have you ever heard of, because there was a lot of ads for this game. I'm sorry to go a little off topic here, but there was a lot of ads on the game, and it was Honkai Impact. I don't know if you heard of this game.
No, I've not.
It's a very, very popular mobile game. I played it for a while. I did a lot of the stuff. It's a really good game, really ridiculous graphics for a mobile game. but they made a game based on the funding they got and things from that, and made Genkai Impact. It's basically an entire interactive world, and it's insane. Like it's all like basically all the attacks and things you can do are like anime based too. Right. Like it looks amazing, and honestly, it's on PC. It runs so well, I've heard, and it's just like everyone's just going insane about it. Like Among Us, Genkai Impact, and Fall Guys are like the 3 games right now.
All right,
it's crazy.
I'll definitely check that out,
dude. But for real,
yeah. But now getting back to your channel and the videos, how many videos would you say that you do a week? Because I know you and I have had our little spats about kind of you doing too much and not having very high energy by the time you're done with everything. And
this is true.
And of course, now of course you're also working 2 jobs.
One job.
Oh, one job.
Because the one job gives me like 40 plus hours a week already, so that's kind of hard to get another one right now. With everything else, so I don't want to go crazy. But for real, okay, so I've kind of toned it down. When I have time, I put out a video. I can even go a few days without putting out a vid. It just depends on what I have and what I'm doing. If I have stuff planned for that day, like okay, I can't do this, I'm gonna do this, right? Then I'm gonna do that priority first, right? And honestly, it helped me the way that you kind of put the perspective on me, because I've been a lot more lax with it, because I've realized I don't have to rush anything.
Right.
And so I do put out the vids when they need to come out, but at the same time, I'll do it in the same day when I have time for it and when I can edit it. Other than that, I don't need to put it out right away unless I have that free day. That's what I do, and that's how I do it. Like I literally put out a tweet earlier today. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put out this and this later tonight after work. Okay, I didn't specify what time. I just said I'm gonna put it out later tonight after work. Everyone was like, hey, can't wait, right? And I'm like, you know what? Hey, there we go. I already edited one this morning when I woke up because I didn't have to go to work till 11, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'll wake up at, which I've been getting better waking up, by the way, 8:30 in the morning today, which was good. Not bad.
I've actually gotten far worse at waking up. I'm sleeping until 11, 12, which I really need to, I really need to kind of scale back and bring back so I have more time to do more of my work and finish earlier on during the day.
I mean, to be fair, my sleep schedule it's a lot better, but it's not like, because like I'll go to bed like at like 12:01, which is fair, but sometimes there are days where like I can't, I have too much energy or can't sleep, and I go till 3. There are those, once in a while days. So I do have that, but I make sure to do whatever I have to do before I go to bed or do anything. Like if I promise to do something, I'm going to do it. Like I just have to do it. Right.
Right. Of course.
So but I'll have to find the time to make it work. I'm not going to take anything like too much, but if I have a full plate, I have a full plate. It's just that simple.
Right. No, of course that's very understandable. You have your obligations and the things that you want to do, and they're not the same. And I can see how now, especially that you're very busy with your obligations at work and whatever.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of conflict between those and finding the time.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Right. So we were talking a little bit earlier about gaming.
Yes. Correct.
And so I kind of want to transition over to gaming videos or the streams, because a lot of the gaming you do on stream.
This is true.
So if someone were to catch one of your streams at again twitch.tv/Ilanxtreme,
there you go.
What kind of games could they expect to see you play?
I play whatever I kind of want to play. I do the games I've played so far though are Brawlhalla. There was, what was the other one? I'm trying to think of the Scribble.io. There's that. I played Among Us. I played Fall Guys, and I'm playing Genkai Impact currently. I'm going to be playing Genkai Impact. Is there any other games I played? I'm trying to think. They're, like basically whatever I feel like. I might stream more horror games as well, because people love to see me freak the fuck out. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? So, and I also do reaction streams as well, and also writing streams where I'll actually write like lyrics in front of people and stuff. So that's cool. Oh. But yeah, that's what I do on stream. Why not?
Oh, that sounds actually really interesting. And I mean, I don't usually get to see your streams, especially.
Fair.
Especially, I want to say in the last month and a half or so that
that's fair.
That I've now the autumn semester for college has started back up and things are getting.
Yeah, you're busy as hell, man. I get it.
Yeah, so I haven't had as much time to check out the videos. though the alerts do come up both on your Discord as well as the Lagfest Incorporated Discord,
which is cool.
The permanent link for which will be in the YouTube video description of this episode.
Right.
But yeah, the alerts do come on, and I do see them, and so I do stay notified of when these things happen. Of course, I don't always get the chance to
pop in. Right. Yeah.
At least not kind of when they happen. Twitch, as you know, as it tends to do, holds on to the video for a few days at least before it kind of goes away.
Oh, I could put you as a, I just realized, like, to see if you could see the VOD, like, if you wanted to see it right away or something. I literally have I can make you, like, a special guest or whatever, or a mod on the stream. Shouldn't you be able to see it?
I think I do have, I think I am one of your moderators, so.
I thought.
Yeah, no, so I should be able to get on Twitch and see your stuff, so.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's too much of an issue.
No, not too bad.
But yeah. But sure, now kind of going back to the gaming aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
So something that a lot of people would like to know, and I know you've gotten these questions on stream before, and I've gotten these questions on stream before.
I think I know what's coming.
So a lot of people are curious about your gaming setup.
Oh, okay.
And this is, a question that I get for myself on stream sometimes. I know you must get on stream sometimes. I know some of our other friends who stream and do YouTube get this question. Yeah. So, like, what does your setup consist of?
Okay, so my setup as of right now I use the same setup for gaming and for recording videos. I don't really change much in between. I have the pretty cheap keyboard I'm looking to replace. It's a like a Red Dragon keyboard, which is okay. It's decent. It's just very clickety clackety, which I don't like, and it's also very it's weird keys. I've gotten used to it. So it's not that bad, but it's okay. It's one I got in like a $20 package. It's not a big deal. And then I got the Corsair gaming mouse, which I also have a Razer Naga as well, which I'm thinking of implementing that for gaming, because that if I can get that down for like Among Us or something, that would be really cool. But I have the keybinds on here, so I'm kind of hesitant to do that. But then I have the pad. I have the camera, which is in 1080p, which is cool. I have the new monitor, which I bought, which is the Acer monitor. I can't remember the name exactly, but it has a 1 ms refresh rate, and it has a 75 frames per second.
Oh, well, that's good.
So it's actually really good. I got it for like $100 or something, 109. I got really lucky on that. It's like a 24-inch monitor. It's really good.
That's a pretty good monitor then.
Yeah, for real. And then I have the gaming computer, which I've had for a few years now. It has an Adreno 673 processor, I think. It has a octa-core as well. It's an octa-core processor, which is crazy. And then I have 16 gigabytes of RAM. And I have the Blue Yeti mic as well. And then I have my old Turtle Beach headphones here.
Right, and then the Yeti is what you're using right now for the...
Bro, this mic is something else.
I must say, it sounds very good. It sounds very crisp. It's
I love it. Yo, everyone tells me like as soon as I got in there, Strafey, this guy who's a nerdcore artist who cares about mics, bro, he's just that mic hit different. I'm like, dude, I know, it's crazy. Love it though. It's too loud sometimes, bro. I have to put out the volume down because it catches my sound too well sometimes.
Yeah, I know they can be a tiny little bit finicky when it comes to picking things up, but overall very good mics. Yeah. So
they're crazy.
I'm definitely looking to invest in one. Currently,
for real?
Currently, I'm using the microphone that comes as part of my face cam.
Okay.
Which isn't bad. It picks up.
It sounds good.
It picks up all that I want it to and cancels out most of the stuff that I want it to. So overall, it is a decent mic, but I would like to have a microphone that isn't sitting right above my speakers, and also that is close enough that I don't need to necessarily raise my voice or kind of shout halfway across the room to it.
Portray yourself so much.
Right, and especially for something like this, where it's a bit of a calmer, more chill kind of environment.
Right, you're not yelling your ass off in a game. You're just I knew it! I knew it! You're not doing that,
Right,
but,
yeah.
But bro, I went from literally like my old mic. Oh, let's talk about that. That was a $10 mic, and that was just so shitty. Like, okay, people said it was good for what I paid for it. Like even before, like I said, like if I told them it was a $50 mic, they probably wouldn't even tell the difference. But what's really crazy is just that like that mic gave me so many problems. Like sometimes, like, oh, dude, it was a good mic, but like it just like the difference between that mic and this mic is just absolutely
night and day.
No, it really is. It's crazy. Like I honestly, like as soon as I got this new mic, I yeeted my other mic into the trash. Like, dude, I got a perfect shot. 3 right there, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
I love it, bro. It was so good. I love the mic. I also got the mic stand. Also helps a lot because that it's just like I can kind of adjust it where I wanted to.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
It doesn't have the shock absorber, does it?
The shock. What? The windscreen?
No. Well, no. There's the Plosion guard, which helps with P's and S's and all that. But I'm talking about like but how some mic stands have the kind of the little 4-way springy thing to kind of keep it from shaking too badly.
I probably don't.
No, okay, so I mean, for me, because I'm looking at your video, it doesn't look like you do, but
no, not really.
I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's not like not like the whole thing is shaking and rattling and anything. No. So I mean, it sounds like it's all right.
It has the stabilizer, like the little like Titan thing on the desk. So I mean, and I also could I tightened every single aspect of the thing here. Right. So it shouldn't move too much anyway. But I see what you're saying for sure. There is this other thing where it like hangs above you, which I wanted, but I'm like, you know what, frick it, it's not a big deal. It just has the mic hanging above you, so you can actually still use your computer like properly.
Right.
But I've actually gotten used to putting my hand through like the little like armrest thing.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. Like it's fine. It works. I mean, I kicked some people's asses in Among Us, so fuck it.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't sound terrible.
Dude, Among Us, I did a big brain play so big. I was the best imposter there, and I said I was a shit imposter, and I am a shit imposter. I suck at imposter. I can lie. It's possible. Like I can do pretty well lying, but the imposter itself, like I was like nervous as fuck for a while, and I'm just like, and the game, what I did was I had people following me, and I was the streamer, right? I was the guy doing the stream, so they believed me more than a lot of the other people there. So I was able to play that off very nicely, and I would kill people individually, go into vents, be gone like for like a minute, 2 minutes until they actually find the body, and I would make sure that someone saw me in another room, so that every time that they would ask me where I was, I could say, "Oh, this guy can confirm I was here. I didn't go anywhere else." Oh my god, dude, I threw them for a fucking loop. It was beautiful.
Yeah. I had this one imposter round where. I was doing everything right. I've taken the time to watch different videos of people playing the game, so I'm familiar with all the different tasks and how long they should take.
Right.
So, I know where they are, and I know kind of how long to stand there to make it look like I'm doing the task and all these things.
Right.
And I was playing it off perfectly. And I finally pulled off with one kill that I was certain was the perfect kill.
Okay.
I thought no one was around, no one could see me. Turns out someone saw me through the wall.
I hate when they make the freaking crew distance where you can see through wall. It's so stupid. Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
And I had no idea that other person was there, so that was the one thing that got me.
That's some dumbass, man. Like, dude, I made sure that like the view distance, I think it was like we switched it to 1, but when I did the perfect game, it was 1.25, while imposter distance was 1.75. So we had an advantage, but not much, and that's what sucked. We actually had to like complain to the girl who made the hosted it to say, hey, can we make this like 1 or 0.75, because this is not even fair for imposters. It's not fair.
Right.
And she's just like, okay, fine. She was very nice about it too. But like, dude, that stream, I had like 10 people in the voice chat alone. It was freaking crazy. I couldn't. And then I had another reactor like in the chat too, who had like 1,000 subs as well, and everyone goes crazy over this dude too. So it was just like awesome to see. And I just, like to the amount of collaborations that's gotten out of things recently, it's just pretty crazy. I just can't even like keep track of it. It's a lot on my plate, honestly.
Well,
but I've been evening it out.
Sounds like you've been up to quite a lot.
I mean, not on my own choice sometimes. I mean, like, I've had stuff that's like, yeah, well, we should definitely do this. And it's like a big thing. And I know if I don't do this, then I'm going to be a fuckboy. So I can't do that. So I'm just like, like, dude, how can I turn down a reaction cipher? How do I turn that down with all the reactors? That's like my only time to do that, right? And I have a few raps to rap for.
And of course, that's the one thing, that's that big break that you're looking for as well, so.
Dude, that's a big thing, dude. Like, if I can get that out with all those reactors there, especially one of them who has 40,000 subs, and I do well on that, it's over. I get so many people from that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
That's when the game really starts.
Dude, for real, like 1K, everyone keeps telling me this, and I completely agree with it. Getting your first 1K subs is the hardest 1K subs you are probably gonna get. It's
that is very likely true. From that point on, it picks up very quickly.
Dude, I don't even have my community tab yet. I'm so pissed that I don't, but it's because they wait a week to make sure you still have 1,000 subs by the end of the week, so they know it's legitimate. So I'm fair with that, right? I think I'm at 1,017 right now, I think, is what I'm at right now as this current moment. But dude, for real, it's crazy. And yes, the grind was fucking crazy. Okay, like dude, the amount of times I had to do things, the amount of times I had people saying this, like, that sucks, but like this guy, like, talks too much. This guy doesn't, like, it's insane. I didn't have as much hate as I thought I would, but at the same time, the amount that I got, it made me feel kind of shitty about myself a little bit. But I learned to realize that you shouldn't let it get to you ever. Like, you should just do your thing.
Of course not, yeah.
The right people will come. That's simple. Right? So, which is cool. Yeah. But yeah, with gaming, man, it's been great. I actually have I have a channel, actually. I'll plug right here if you don't mind.
No,
it's Ilanxtreme Gaming. And I'm actually bringing that back, my boy. And what I'm going to be doing...
Are you finally putting out those videos now?
Oh, yes. Oh, hell yeah, bro.
I know we've been talking, you and I, about you putting out those videos for almost as long as this current channel has existed. And you kept saying it was gonna happen.
I tried.
And something came up, and
I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like I said, I was very shitty with scheduling my things. And now that I actually have it down, and I really am sorry for not getting it down when I said I was going to do it. I felt bad, honestly. But I'm going to have it out now. I'm putting a lot of videos out now, a lot of really cool content. Ilanxtreme Gaming, and we have 11 subs over there right now. I haven't actually advertised anything yet. I just kind of just like one time mentioned it, like back when I had 200 subs. It was crazy. But now that I have it's going good, and I can get more people on there for sure. And everyone's been telling me to make one. So you know what? I'm gonna take streams that you guys are gonna, if you guys miss it, right? If you guys don't want to see the VOD, I'm gonna have entire streams, entire episodes from those streams, Lagfest videos if we can do that. Like anyone that I'm in, especially, I'll put that in there.
Right. I was gonna ask, of course. So does this mean that on the Lagfest Incorporated main channel? Will we be able to start seeing videos of your own? Because at the moment, it's all videos that I've been putting there. But
and I'll put for sure. And honestly, what I'll do, I think this is how I would structure it. People on the podcast will know. Maybe you'll cut this out, whatever. That I'm going to be putting I'll be giving you the videos. Like, so I'll have them done and edited, and then I'll give it to you 2 days before. And then what I'll do is I'll say, go check this out now. And then whoever on Ilanxtreme Gaming, I'll put that 2 days later. So, or a day later, whatever it is. So you get your time, right? You get the thing there. Or what I'll do is I'll give you the videos, anything related to Lagfest, I'll give to you. And everything, like any like separate gaming videos, like with Among Us and that kind of stuff, I'll just put on that channel. So whatever works, but that's what I was thinking recently.
Well, you've heard it here first, folks. The second Ilanxtreme Lagfest Incorporated affiliate channel will be releasing videos both on the main channel as well as on that channel a few days later.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And especially since I have like screen recording on my phone now because of freaking Android 11. Right. Like, oh my God, they have that built-in freaking recording. Man, I can't wait to start using that, dude. Oof, that's some good shit right there.
Right, so.
But yeah, that's all for gaming right now.
But so.
Huh?
So your channel, as well as kind of, it seems the gaming community at large, has seemingly a fairly large overlap with the anime community.
A bit, yeah, depending on what game, for sure.
Which, of course, to me, as someone who hadn't really thought of it much beyond, taking it, at face value or, as a given.
Right.
Now, I've started thinking about it. It's kind of interesting that overlap is there.
Right.
But so, obviously, as your channel is mostly around anime, I thought, another popular question that a lot of people get when they mention anime is, what is your top 5 anime?
Oh, dang. You put me on the spot now. All right, so top 5 anime, bro. Okay, listen. My number 1 is straight up One Piece. I love that freaking anime. It's so good. I can't even that's mine, right?
It is a very good anime.
Dude, it's a good adaptation of the best manga.
I can concur. It is a very good anime. There are times that I forget to watch certain episodes, and then I'll go and I'll find them and I'll catch up on them. And once again, I'll be waiting another week or two for the next episodes. And it's the first time since I want to say Naruto that I've been consistently. That I've been kind of consistently keeping up with the episodes as they come out once I've caught up with the entire show.
Right.
And again, kind of like Naruto, it's one of those shows that you have many hundreds of episodes to watch through before you get to what is currently being put out. Right.
For real, no, I agree with all of that, honestly. It's such a good show. I mean, I look forward to that every single week. But most anime also, like, I'll hear of an anime and it'll be either on its last episodes or it's like going. And if it's still going, I'll wait for the episodes. If not, if it's all done, then I just binge through that like as soon as I can. And then I'm just like, all right, I'm good. I'm caught up. My fans can't attack me now for not seeing this anime.
Right.
Bro, they get on me. They told me to see Promised Neverland. That's in my top 5, by the way. It's such a good anime. Oh my God. It's great. I love it. Like, have you seen Promised Neverland?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's such a unique premise for what it is, and it's just, oh my God. Like, I can't even explain it without spoiling it. So I'm just gonna say, bro, just check it out. Trust me on it. It's so good, honestly.
Absolutely.
So I think that's like number 4 or 5 for me would be Promised Neverland, because I would never put that like above some of the other ones I have.
So hold up. Let's go back to number 1. You said was One Piece. So number 2.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going back. No, I was actually thinking about going back there. So I have number 2. I kind of am torn because I saw both these anime around the same time. I saw Naruto and you're gonna hate me for saying this, DBZ. DBZ is so nostalgic to my heart. It's insane. I've loved it for a long, long time.
I withhold all judgments during this episode. Okay. I'm setting them aside because this is about you, not me. So
no, it's about both of us, my friend. It's about both of us. So with I just I know for a fact. No, watch this man. Watch John after this. Just Dragon Ball is shit. He's gonna do it, I swear. He's gonna just come up to me and poke fun of me. I know it, and I love it. Yeah. So, but for real. Dragon Ball Z, I've known for a long time. I've seen Dragon.
Look, it's true. I will state for the record, I did not enjoy Dragon Ball.
That's fair.
I enjoyed the original Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball is good. Yes. That's fair.
Liked Dragon Ball Z when it started, and progressively as it went on, I liked it less and less.
That's
mainly due to how ridiculous it was. I also did not grow up with it, so
that's a little different.
For me, it didn't have the nostalgia factor as well.
That would have been, yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth. At first, I thought that I only got about halfway through. Apparently, it turns out I almost made it all the way through.
Ooh, okay.
I stopped. I want to say halfway through the Boo saga.
Oh yeah, then you were almost done then, because the Boo saga is the last bit,
right? But by the time I got to where I got, I had become so kind of disillusioned and fed up with how little sense it made, in addition to how it didn't seem to try to make up for its my perceived shortcomings of it. So I will go on the record as saying that I did not enjoy the anime, but no, please go ahead and...
No, but for real, no, I completely respect that. Everyone has their own perspective, right? And it's nostalgia, but also I love the characters as I grew up with them. But that's also part of nostalgia. But the real thing that really got me into Dragon Ball was really just the way that it progressed and the way that it kind of pioneered everything, or at least, well, except for Kenshiro Fist of the North Star, but it got most of the anime. It was the grandfather of all anime for most part, and it's just crazy. Well, except for not all anime, Shonen Jump. You know what I mean?
Well, it was definitely one of the greats, but
for real.
Of course, you mentioned Kenshiro Fist of the North Star.
No, Kenshiro's great grandfather.
I think objectively, if one looks at if one looks at kind of the very wide scope of anime as they are seen today, especially when they are fantasy anime or adventure anime or action anime, really everything, including Dragon Ball, kind of has to go back to Fist of the North Star. That I want to say was the great grandfather, the precursor.
No, yeah, he's the great grandfather. I'm saying that he was that Dragon Ball was the regular grandfather. He wasn't great grandfather. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that
it was really that middle point, I think.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, the thing is, Kenshiro was very popular, but it was more popularized in Japan more than anything, and it didn't get as much. If I remember correctly, it didn't get nowhere near commercial success as Dragon Ball when it came out.
I do believe that is the case.
So it kind of was people overlook that as the great grandfather of anime, and they think Dragon Ball is the great grandfather. I think it's straight up grandfather because it did come out first, and that was the first shonen. But at the same, for the most part, but the same time, right? Dragon Ball, it just kind of sparked it throughout America and Japan, and it a little bit.
That is very true. I think it is one of the top one or two most recognizable anime in the States.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Throughout the late 80s, 90s, into the mid to late 2000s even.
Right, and it's also because, it does help that I think it was based on Journey to the West, which is a ridiculously, popular book. It's insane. So, Journey to the West, that's what it is. But it's basically the Monkey King. You know the story. Right. But yeah, but it's a very popular thing, and it was a ridiculously great piece of literature. So that kind of helps that Goku was based on that. So had those aspects, had those things. But for real, it's my second favorite just because of all that. I would say Naruto I could tie with that for real, because Naruto, man, I've known Naruto since third grade, second grade, something like that, man. I've known that for a while when it was airing on Cartoon Network. Get at me, bro. If you didn't see it when it was on Cartoon Network, I don't even know, man. I know that there's anime streaming sites now, right? Of course, right? That's fair. But at the same time, Cartoon Network, that was the shit back in the day, right? That was when Cartoon Network was good, all right? Now, I'm not saying that's not my first anime, because Yu-Gi-Oh! I think was my first anime, but at the same time, it was just
another very easily recognizable anime in the States.
Oh, well, it does help. It has its own card game.
I suppose that does help. The trading and collecting aspect of it definitely was one of the great, I want to say, fads of the 90s.
Oh no, for real. Honestly, I still remember coming in with my dark magician, attacking my friend at his house, and being "Go, dark magic attack!" And he's just "What the fuck? Why are you acting this out?" I'm I don't know. I just want to have fun. But no, for real. No, exactly. And I know Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way, is very close to my heart too. I don't know if I would say it's one of my top 5 anime. I'd probably somewhere there. I'd probably tie it with one of them. But yeah, for real, that I would say third for me. Like if I were to put Naruto third, but if I were to keep it tied, I'd probably say like, oh man, I was gonna say Demon Slayer, but I think it's too new. I wouldn't put it there. I would say probably Full Metal Alchemist actually, and I think Full Metal Alchemist. Actually, I'd probably put Full Metal Alchemist on the same tier as like just Dragon Ball, just because the anime is just insane. But I will put it third for this.
Right now, we're talking.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist in terms of the franchise as a whole, more so than specifically the one title.
Well, okay, because the original Full Metal Alchemist, I think this is what you mean, the Full Metal Alchemist and Brotherhood, right? So Full Metal Alchemist, the original, was very good. I liked it a lot. I think, but the one that like really got me to think it was like the best, like one of the best anime I've ever freaking seen was straight up just Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like that was just, it was so well done. I mean, yes, I know there were some things that were like retconned and stuff and that were better in the original. But overall, Brotherhood was better, just straight up. And everyone like I've known agrees with me on this. It's also one of the top, if not top, most popularized anime within the US. Right. So I understand why. So, you know, for me, it's like second or third to me. I would even say it's like same like One Piece just because like just how good it is in terms of story and structure. But just for this, I'm gonna say it's like third because Dragon Ball is just ridiculously close to my heart at this point. It's just kind of hard to put anything really too much above it other than Naruto.
No, of course, it's understandable.
And then there's what was the other one? I would say probably fourth is Attack on Titan. I don't know what it is, man. I was gonna say something else, but for right now, from what I can think of from work, you know, coming back from work. I'm sorry, guys, I came back from work, but the ones I can think of, Attack on Titan. It's because I love darks. Like I never knew this about myself, but I actually really like dark storylines. I did not like them originally, right? Because especially after seeing Promised Neverland, like I just loved it more, which it's very dark, but. For real, like Attack on Titan, like especially the manga of Attack on Titan. Holy shit. Okay, which by the way, for fifth I would tie with what was it? Code Geass. Code Geass is beautiful.
Another very popular.
Oh yeah. It's beautiful. Lelouch v. Britannia, man. He kicks some ass, all right? He's smart big boy plays, right? But then we have Attack on Titan. I like Eren, but I don't like him like as like a main dude. Like he's all right, you know, like he has a really cool personality that I respect. But just the amount of like actual development for the characters is insane. Like actually, like everybody gets their own thing. It's very similar to One Piece in that aspect. So I just gotta say that. I mean, also Bleach would be up here too. You know, just because like I love Bleach. I'd probably say that with Naruto. I think that like they're very similar.
Again, one of the great shonen anime.
Yeah, I gotta give it to. I mean, listen, they're the greats for a reason, right? And you know, and that's because they're that good. I know there's so many other anime that like came out during this year, last year, all that are insane. Demon Slayer, Dr. Stone. We can go on forever. How many anime that have come out that are insane? Fire Force. I would say they're definitely my top 10 or 20, but not top 5. Those are my top 5. And you know, there are of course some that tie, but I think
and of course some of the newer anime, even though they are very good, it's still early days for them, so it's hard to say.
Right. I think the only one, like I said, that made it through my top 5 as like, and that was number 5, was Promised Neverland, and I love Promised Neverland, and that came out like in 2019, 2018, something like that. It came out very recently.
Very new.
It's a very new anime, and it's like the only one I would consider. Like either that one or Demon Slayer would probably be the two that would be in that slot. But at the same time, I feel like Demon Slayer, no matter how good it is, I can't put it in number 5. I feel like that Promised Neverland just takes that for me. In 13 episodes, it's just insane. Like I just gotta say. So yeah, that's my top 5.
My problem with now, to clarify, I have no problem with Demon Slayer whatsoever. I think it's a very good anime.
Very good. I like it.
I enjoy it greatly. I have no problems with it whatsoever. My one thing is,
what is it?
In my mind, I'm constantly comparing it to Naruto.
I see.
Allow me to explain.
Fair.
Now, I'm comparing it to Naruto because of I want to say it's a proximity of topic, wherein Naruto is a ninja anime, Demon Slayer is in a very similar vein, samurai anime.
Like samurai and like all that good stuff. Yeah,
right.
like swords.
And of course, historically, you look at the samurai and the ninja, and they've had their period of rivalry, and they've had their period of cooperation. But very closely associated with one another. And so, of course, again, it is still early days for Demon Slayer, and of course, with the movie coming up very soon, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Yes, I'm actually also pretty excited for that.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of the it's an anime that in my mind will always on some level be compared to Naruto.
Okay, because like of the more historical like thing.
More because of association.
Yeah, association, right? Okay, fair.
Which is not entirely fair because Naruto is very much its own thing, and for me, definitely it is. I want to say the second, my second on a top 5 list.
Ooh, okay, that would make sense. Would you put One Piece as one? Is that your one? Because I don't know what your one is.
No, actually.
What's number 1 for you?
Number 1 for me would be My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay. I mean, I love My Hero, but like, I don't know if I put it that high, honestly.
Right. No, I mean, for me, it's more. For me, part of it is a love for the concept, wherein
that's fair.
Everyone is their own unique thing in a world, which, of course, for those who know me, for those who have watched my gaming videos and who know the games that I like to play MMORPGs, which are games in which you kind of create your own character who is unique in appearance and skill set and play style.
Right.
So for me, that kind of struck this chord. It kind of hit home.
Right.
In addition, of course, to the art style, which I love, and the concept, and of course the concept of superheroes.
That's pretty cool.
Of course, very resonant here in the West, especially growing up with big superhero characters like Superman and Batman.
Oh yeah.
The Marvel ones, Iron Man, Thor.
Oh, you speak in my language.
Right, but of course you're also now looking at maybe a little more similar to Spider-Man, who, of course, when he came out, was the first teenage superhero who was not a sidekick, kind of had his own specialty and did things on his own and was figuring out what it meant to be a superhero as well as a teenager maturing into an adult. Right. So there's a lot of that which kind of comes into play in My Hero, which for me makes it my top favorite.
That's fair. I feel like it's very similar to the case with Dragon Ball for me. It's like, it's something that relates to me, like always has been, like it's almost like a part of you, right? So you just get to resonate with it more. So I feel like that, you just can't put it lower just because of how much you like in tune with it. I feel that.
I should state that I did not actually grow up with anime in my childhood.
That's fair.
Much as I'm familiar with, places where it could have been viewed, like Toonami on Cartoon Network, or anywhere else you might see anime. I probably had one video cassette of 1 or 2 Pokemon episodes from very early on back in the day.
Right. And I mean, Pokemon was hype as hell, bro. I can feel you on that one.
Right, but again, it was like the early stuff. So
of course.
Kanto or Johto, I want to say the first 2 zones.
Well, like back then, that was like the big zones back then.
It was still early days.
Right.
My only other exposure to anime, roughly until early high school, I want to say, was this one episode of Naruto, which I had seen out of context. When I recently moved to a new country to live there, and I was staying at my grandparents', and on TV was the one episode, and it kind of struck me as strange and oddly violent for a cartoon, of course being 7 or 8 at the time.
So
that was my early exposure, and I really want to say I didn't really get into anime and manga culture until 8th or 9th grade
That's fair.
When I was showed another anime, and then I got to see Sword Art Online, which it was very popular at the time.
Oh, very, very, very.
And that, of course, watching that became my gateway anime into this kind of wider world of it. Which for me, I probably, for that reason, it's sitting at that 5th position.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Mainly because I have seen, its ups and downs and its shortcomings, and I don't mind them all that much.
That's fair, honestly.
I can see why a lot of people are bothered by some of it, but it doesn't bother me a lot of it. So for me, it's kind of up there.
It's good to have someone else that agrees with me in this way, because I honestly, for real, okay, I'm one of the biggest SAO defenders I've ever, it's crazy. Especially when someone shits on it, right? I get what they're saying, but at the same time, I'm just bro.
I can understand why they're disappointed with it, but on the other hand, some of those things don't bother me very much.
No, and especially when the first season was fire, of course, right? Gun Gale was okay. It was not the best thing on the planet, but it was okay.
See, Gun Gale was one of those things that I wanted to but really did not enjoy
as much as the first
time that I watched it.
The first time I was okay with it,
and then I rewatched it. When I kind of rewatched those first 2 seasons. I rewatched the Gun Gale arc and thought, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought. And the more I thought about it and where it fit into the story, as well as kind of how they went about the whole thing, it kind of occurred to me that, yes, it was one of the show's weaker points, but it definitely wasn't one of those make or break moments that ruined the show for me.
Right, for real. And honestly, they had Alfheim Online as well, which was, I will say Alfheim was cool because even though it got rid of the killing aspect that everyone just dreaded that they did, I honestly enjoyed it because they added magic and more fantasy to it instead of just straight up swords and brawling. I liked that. Right,
and of course, again, what I like to point out to a lot of people who kind of talk about Alfheim Online is that there are 2 Alfheim Online arcs. It's not just the one.
There's the beginning and then there's one where they do Excalibur and shit.
Right. There's the first arc, which is the post Sword Art Online.
Is Gun Gale right after the Alfheim first arc, and then it goes back to Alfheim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because then they get Xenon to play in, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Which she's the Bae. Xenon the Bae.
Yes. But yeah, again, it's one of those things that I kind of take the time to remind people that there were 2 actually Alfheim arcs, both of which dealt with different things. Yeah. And of course, when you look at each of them objectively, for me, I enjoyed the first one because you're watching a Kirito who's fresh out of fight or die.
Right,
Sword Art Online, who was stuck in that world for 2 years. That's a long time. Entirely new life.
Right.
This is life now. You fight and win, or you die.
Right. It was a lot more serious, but also a real cool thing going back to Kirito and his experience. He also was a guy who did the beta. So he also had a lot more experience going into this game. While Alfheim, he just came in straight fresh. He didn't go in there at all.
Right, but at the same time, you're also looking at, with that context of him being a beta player, he had his kind of trust broken with Sword Art Online.
Right.
Which gave him a completely different and more cynical disposition.
No, for real. It really did.
Which when he took into Alfheim right after Sword Art, it kind of resulted in that extreme post-trauma that you see him carrying with him through that arc.
Right. Yeah, he seemed especially he kind of.
Sorry, one of the things that ends up defining his character throughout the entirety of the series as a whole, the franchise as a whole.
No, yeah, for real, yeah.
And of course, it kind of tones down and mellows out as kind of reality comes back to closer to what we can expect it to look like.
Right.
But yeah, no, for me, it's a complex subject that really just dismiss out of hand as it was good and then it was bad.
Right.
It doesn't really work.
No, yeah, and honestly, like, if you look at the Alfheim arcs anyway, right, you look at it, it's like, okay, he comes out of there, he's getting over his, post-mortem BS that he had to go through in SAO originally, right? The death, all that stuff, losing his teammates.
Of course, there's also that slight bit at the end where he did actually was on the verge of death.
Right,
which was, it's another kind of big shock once you come back from that and suddenly you're back in the real world, which now seems fake.
Right,
you have no idea what's going on, and was it all just a dream? And the people who you cared for, are they okay? Can you find them?
Right,
all
exactly. Right, and I feel that, and with the Alfheim arc, it made him rediscover himself and really get out of this like apathetic state he was in, of like just like letting things kind of pass by, but he was trying to make the most of it, but he was more like a guise. And then as it kept going, he met his sister, went all this crazy stuff. But then they go to Gun Gale, he meets someone else, he gets more friends. But then when he gets to the second Alfheim arc, he actually establishes himself as an actual player, like a real guy who could sit in there and have fun and not really worry about it too much. And I love that he goes on these adventures, and you get to see more of Alfheim and what it has to offer, instead of it just being like a cruise by because they have to go save who. So it's just a really cool thing to see, especially the new season too, the new one where they go. I'm trying to remember.
Alicization.
Yeah, that one's great. Like, don't even get on me. I like that one a lot.
It's very good. I have fallen behind on it, so I do need to catch up.
Same, a little bit. I feel you on that.
I have fallen a bit off the boat. What with school and everything being as it is.
True.
But Sword Art for me it was my gateway anime, and for me at least, for that reason, if nothing else, it holds a bit of a dear place in my heart.
No, and we went through 1, 2, and I think 5 with you, yeah?
I think you got through all of them.
No, I did. Well, I'm saying you got 1, 2, and 5, right? For you?
Yeah.
So you want to, what's 3 and 4?
Well, 3 is One Piece, and not because I think any less of it than Naruto or My Hero Academia, but it is a show that is equally in good measure equally good as Naruto,
right?
And as well, and probably even better as an anime than
My Hero,
but at the same time, it's still ongoing,
right?
Which for me is kind of a big thing. And obviously, My Hero is ongoing as well, so
that's fair.
It's a bit of a strange kind of criterion for me, but
fair.
At the same time, there's a detachment from the resonance that I have with My Hero, and generally what is just a very, very good anime,
right,
based on a very widely successful and popular manga.
For real.
Of course, one of the bigs and the greats, the top 3 of Shonen Jump for close to 30 years now.
I'm about to say 20 to 30 years, right? I haven't looked exactly, but yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're looking at the top 3 Shonen Jump manga and anime,
it's definitely One Piece.
It's consistently up in the 3 greats.
Right, exactly.
The top 3, they're the Shonen Jump. They're one of the faces of Shonen Jump for the past 30 years or so.
Which is crazy. It's absolutely insane.
So for a show to be consistently as good as it is, and even get progressively better at certain points, and to be fairly consistent with its lore and the story that it's set up.
Right.
Even as far as answering questions that came up early on.
Makes sense.
It's a very good anime, and for me, it's just short of Naruto because of the fact that I'm still watching it, and so the verdict is kind of still out on where it goes from here.
I see what you're saying. You like to look at it as like a whole and completed series, right?
Yes.
That's fair.
Which, of course, again, My Hero is also still ongoing, and it's way earlier days than One Piece by far newer.
By far. Right.
But yeah, so I have no complaints of One Piece.
What about number 4?
Number 4.
What would you even consider number 4? That's why I'm curious.
See, that's a pretty tough one, because there were anime that resonate with me, and there were anime that I enjoy. But I think my top 4 has to go to the first anime that I actually sat down and watched all the way through. This was before Sword Art.
Okay.
I know most people classify their first anime as their gateway, but for me, Sword Art was the gateway. It was what kind of brought me into the anime world.
Yeah, right.
But this is an anime that I watched first back when I was in 8th grade. It's from, I don't know if it's the 80s or 90s. I haven't looked it up, but
that's fair.
It's one that I was introduced to by a very good friend of mine at the time through her manga, actually. And I kind of looked it up and saw that there was an anime, and I watched it and greatly enjoyed it. And for me, it holds a very kind of dear place in my heart because it spoke to me it kind of really, really spoke to me at the time. D and Angel.
Oh, okay.
Which, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it's kind of it's a very loosely a fantasy anime. It's not set in Japan as we know it. It's quite a bit different.
Right.
You have these two aspects of light and dark that come to play in the form of angels. And they clash with one another. They have their conflict, and a lot of it revolves around these art pieces, and it kind of all goes back to kind of a family of artists and a family of art thieves. But of course, a lot of this art takes on life of its own in a very literal sense. And so a large part of it deals with a lot of those themes, but that's kind of only half of it, because on the other hand, these angels are manifestations of these spirits that live within these two people. And the protagonist is a 15-year-old boy. He's, going through his mid-adolescence kind of hormones and falling in love and kind of finding out who he is, as well as kind of really coming to terms with what it is that he likes about this girl, which is a big theme of the show. It's the love and romance aspect of it, which spoke to me heavily at the time, because this friend of mine, I was also very into her at the time, so it spoke to me. But I would highly recommend checking it out. I'll do. For me, that was the first anime that I kind of sat the whole way through and watched it, and the smiles and the tears and all of the above.
Right. No, I feel you on that. Honestly, like I've heard of D and Angel before. I haven't gotten the chance to watch it, unfortunately. I will watch it. I mean, especially if it's on like your top 5. Like that seems like, if that's and that's the only anime I haven't watched too out of your top 5. So it's like I would have to at least check that out, right?
Of course, it is up there mainly for the same reason that Dragon Ball is up there for you. It's more nostalgia and kind of the emotional resonance.
Right, and I feel that 1,000,000%, and I'm glad that we actually talked about this, because I know that we had not conflicting opinions, but we had different opinions on certain anime.
As different people are want to be.
This is true, and I wanted to, and I honestly, like, you know, because a lot of people like to ask me this a lot of the time, like, what is your top 5 favorite anime, whatever. Like, they try to figure this out through different questions in my comment section and other places. And I'm like, okay, I want to give it to you, but different anime hit me different times.
Right.
So, I mean, I might change my opinion at some point. I could say, hey, I like this because of this, right? But I'm not saying this is better than this. Like, it's weird, right? So, like, for me, you know, like, I had some ties there. It's because for some aspects, like for Bleach, you know, with Naruto, I like Bleach for certain things, like Naruto for this point, but overall, I think they're around the same. You could say one's better in one aspect and some is the other. So, it just depends. It's good that we at least had like some kind of like concrete list-ish, you know, like something to actually give them an idea of what kind of anime we like. You know, and get like what our connection is to the anime, why we say that. So I am glad that we actually did go over that. That's really cool.
Yeah. And so, the last question that I have for you.
Ooh, okay.
Still on the subject of anime, and now that we've talked about our top 4 and what got us into anime.
Right.
Based on the different trends that you see going around.
Okay.
What anime would you recommend to someone who wants to get into anime but has never watched any? Okay.
I tell this all the time, a lot of the time, because I'd like to recommend anime. That's a big thing for me. There's a few anime that I like recommending, very simply. And those are the main gateway animes. But I also like to go based on people's tastes. So if I say, hey, I'll ask them like, hey, do you like horror? Right? Do you like, you like MMORPGs?
Of course, that's a very important
aspect of it. Yeah.
That it's not just about trends, it's also about preferences.
Right, exactly. So I try to figure that out before I recommend something to them. And if I hear that, that they like that, then I'll be like, hey, this is perfect for what I just asked you about. But the anime that I usually recommend are Attack on Titan, because that's a huge gateway anime. SAO, very big freaking gateway anime. Steins Gate is also a very big gateway anime. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
To check it out.
It's a really good anime. It's very confusing, but a lot of people like it. Soul Eater is also a good one, because I mean it's very it's not a gateway anime per se, but it's a really good one that you can get into.
I do believe I saw that one, but
Soul Eater's good. It's the Maka and the freaking site and shit. Yeah, okay, yeah. So to make it simple, and then what was the other one? Death Note as well is a very big one as well. I try to recommend people One Piece, but it's kind of hard with One Piece because it's a very slow build up. So I don't want to really do that with Game Up.
Of course, we should reiterate it is a very, very long. Very 900
long
show. It's the episodes are in their 900s.
Yeah, what are they, like 980, like 990 at this point? It's freaking insane. I haven't checked.
Approaching 1,000.
Jesus Christ.
Approach at your own risk. If you have the time to commit to it, by all means.
Another one I would say.
It is a very long.
And no, for real, I believe it's very long, and you got to be careful. Right. But the other one I would say, probably the last one that I could think of as of right. Actually, no, 2. Sorry, My Hero Academia is a very good one, big gateway one, very big gateway one.
I think as far as gateway anime go and starting anime, that's probably a very strong choice.
That is. Also, I just thought of one more
as well.
I actually thought of one more. Technically, these are going to be the last 2. It's going to be Demon Slayer is a very good one to get into.
Very good one.
Because people love that one.
So it's easy to follow it once you get the first few episodes. Very
few episodes, too. So it's not like, crazy. It's only 25 episodes, 24 episodes. So it's not that bad. We have, what do you call it? What was the last one? It was, like I said, Promised Neverland. Because that one, oh Jesus. Okay, because you could be any person. If you like horror or very few episodes, if you like that, like a really good story and a unique premise. Okay, which is really cool because if you think about it, a lot of the gateway anime that I've mentioned, or just in general, have unique premises.
Right.
Yeah, which is interesting because like they have like, and funny enough, these ones have the most unique premises like of any, like most anime. It's pretty crazy what they have, like the gateway anime and how they're crazy compared to every other anime, and yet that's the one that gets them into anime. Right. I find that really funny. Right. But at the same time, Promised Neverland is just so good. 13 episodes, not long. Okay, it has a unique premise. The characters are so fleshed out within such a short period of time. Honestly, my boy John, you seriously gotta check this out. It's that good.
Well, given my binging habit, give me an afternoon and
oh no, afternoon, that's all you need. That's all you need. 13 episodes? That's nothing. That's nothing. And it's funny, and I'll say this to all the viewers out there. For anime watchers or weebs, 20 episodes or 13, whatever, is literally dog shit. We can watch that within like literally like a couple hours. We're good. We're done.
Right. Especially now that we live
in this world
where we have stuff like Netflix or different streaming services where really the entire culture has drifted over to sitting and binging through stuff.
Right, exactly. So it's a lot easier to binge, and I think that's really cool. Honestly, if you are someone who hasn't watched anime, it's kind of, I honestly commend you for even getting this far in the freaking podcast to hear this, because it's kind of like a thing, like you hear all this anime talk, right? And we're talking about our top favorites and, you know, anime channels and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sure it goes right over many people's heads who have not watched any anime.
But like to get through however long this is to get to this point, I just have to commend you, because if I was someone who didn't know what anime was, like for real, okay, and I sat down in a stream and it was all about this one thing I don't even know about, right? I might sit there for a good 20 minutes, but I'm leaving after that, right? It's gonna be hard, right, for me to sit there and be like, oh my god, unless I'm really intrigued, right? And that's for a lot of things. Like I cannot sit down for a ridiculous amount of time unless I know that I have, you know, a way out, or or it's something I seriously just need to do. So I have to get that done and slap that in the ass and just get it out of the way, right? It's that simple, right? If not, fuck it, right? But yo, for real, okay, I really commend you guys for even like sitting here, and I honestly, even if you did not know anime, like you have watched anime, you're a total weeb, whatever, be proud of that, all right? Because I honestly congratulate all weebs out there, because you guys are honestly the best, and you guys are honestly, like most people, most communities, like fuck them, all right? Like honestly, a lot of the time they are just such sourpusses. Weebs, yes, sure, we'll get into our debates, we'll get into our little arguments, sure. But at the end of the day, we love one thing, that's fucking anime and manga. And I'm telling you, we always relate back to each other, regardless if you're a religious weeb or a freaking conservative or a reform weeb, okay? Let's just make that simple, all right? No matter what, okay? If you guys don't know, those are Jewish terms, but for real.
Some great differentiative...
Thank you.
Great categories there.
Thank you.
I'll have to use that from now on.
We just made that up on the fly. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'll have to use that from now on.
I might have to use that now, like my own fucking line now. Great. Dude, I love when I come up with lines, I realize how good they are. I'm like, wait a minute. I can use that from now on. But for real, yo, seriously, like, thank you for having me on here. I know that was the last question.
Absolutely, and we've actually kind of reached the end of the time that we have to...
Did we actually?
To have you on for this episode, so...
Oh, there you go.
Thank you very, very much for coming on.
Oh, yo,
ladies and gentlemen, this has been Ilanxtreme. He is a very good friend of mine. He has a very, I want to say, successful YouTube channel. Has recently hit its 1,000 subscriber mark. Please go check him out.
Oh, thank you.
He streams on twitch.tv/Ilanxtreme as well. And as you have heard here today for the first time, he is also starting his Ilanxtreme Gaming channel. So check that out as well. But Ilan, it has been great talking with you. Thank you for coming over.
I wanted to catch up with you for so damn long. This was just too perfect. Like I was, oh man, like I just didn't know when to call you and to text you, and I'm just like, do I bother this man right now? But bro, for real, a pleasure having you on. If you guys are from my stuff, are you because I'm gonna be redirecting a lot of people here as much as I can, right?
By all means.
If you guys haven't checked out my boy, all right, if you haven't checked out the homie, okay, that I've known for 6 to 7 years now, you better fucking do that. Okay, right now. Just sub to him right now. Lagfest Incorporated, okay, yo, we a thing, all right? We gonna make this a thing. For real, give him a sub, watch his streams, sub on Twitch. If he has a Twitter, do you even have a Twitter? You have a Twitter, right?
I do have a Twitter.
Do you have a like a social media, like one that you have for your YouTube channel?
Not just yet, but it is in the works. So
coming soon, boys. Soon.
Stay posted for that. I will probably announce those when they come up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's it.
Thank you,
Elon, for joining us this week. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk.
Oh, same. Absolutely.
And to all the listeners, thank you all very much for tuning in this month. I know the episode is coming out very late. We usually try to put them out earlier in the month, usually toward the middle of them. This month has been very hectic.
Yes.
Thus, we are putting it out on the last day, hopefully. Hopefully, for Wednesday the 30th.
Bro, I did quotations. I meant to do cross my fingers. What the fuck did I just do there? Okay, hey, how continue, please, I'm sorry.
Right, but that's gonna be all that we have time for. So, Elon, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Oh, yo, thank you. I honestly hope everybody who is watching right now has an incredible night, an extreme day. I'm sorry, I have to say that. And have a great day, guys. And seriously, John, end us off, my friend.
All right, perfect. Thank you for joining us. We will love to have you again.
Oh, of course, bro. Anytime, man. Anytime.
And now on to gaming news. In the past month, we've seen the releases and announcements for the next generation of consoles for gaming. We have Microsoft's new Xbox consoles, the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. So, the Series S is just under 1 foot tall and just under 6 inches wide in either direction, kind of making it look like a square Amazon Alexa. It boasts shorter load times and smoother movement. It has ray tracing for way better and more realistic dynamic lighting, reflections, and shadows. It promises support for 120 frames per second and capability for 8K visuals. There is a separate, smaller Xbox Series S console with a weaker CPU and decrease to GPU and RAM. So really what that means is graphics and memory are not quite as good. Both have backwards compatibility, and it seems that, once again, Microsoft has taken the console capabilities approach on this, as we don't know the whole wide scale of games that are available for the Xbox Series S, but you can assume that you'll find a lot of third-party titles as well as first-party titles available. The Series X's estimated retail price is $499, and the Series S is estimated at $299. Now, PS5 has released 2 different versions of its console as well. Those 2 versions are the PS5 and the PS5 Digital Edition. The difference being that the PS5 has the disk drive and the Digital Edition does not. The Wi-Fi router, as the console has been nicknamed, is 15.4 inches by 5.5 inches by 10.2 inches, and the Digital Edition is 15.4 inches by 3.6 inches by 10.2 inches. It boasts cross-gen game releases, meaning that certain PS5 releases will be PS4 compatible, which is great because even if you don't want to buy the PS5, there are certain games that will be compatible for the PS4 releasing with the PS5 series of games. It offers a number of additional but separate accessories. There are the controllers, the dual controller charge pad, a 3D sound headset, and a media remote, as well as a dual lens 1080p camera. It includes ray tracing for better and more realistic dynamic lighting, reflections, and shadows. It promises support for 120 FPS and capability for 8K visuals, though whether it will deliver on that is a little more questionable than the Xbox Series S. It has slightly less GPU than the Series X, but not by much, so you should not see too much of a decreased performance. It has a far better SSD for increased speed, the raw bandwidth for which is 5.5 gigabytes per second, or a compressed bandwidth of 9 gigabytes per second, which is quite large. The new controllers are quite innovative. It has DualSense controllers, which come with new haptic feedback. And basically what that means is you're going to get more immersive rumble feedback and adaptive triggers which will offer resistance and tension based on what is happening in the game you're playing. So depending on what you're playing, it could be harder or less hard to pull the triggers, which I personally think is really good news. The PS5 itself will cost $499 like the Xbox Series X. The PS5 Digital Edition without the disc drive will cost $399. Both have a wide variety of games set to release holiday 2020 as well as 2021, so please do keep an eye out for those. And with that, we conclude today's episode, so please be sure to check Ilanxtreme as well as Ilanxtreme Gaming on YouTube, as well as the Lagfest Inc. main channel. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Aramere, this has been Lagfest Inc. After Hours, and I'll see you guys next time.